Jeanette's neck. "Oh, gee, we're stuck," Jack said, trying to maneuver. "Wait, don't pull," Jeanette warned. "Be careful." "Well, there's no sense in wasting all this closeness," Jack joked, though his face was inches from hers. "Let's just save that for next year," Jeanette said, her voice softening. "Get my chain unstuck." With some fumbling, Jack managed to liberate himself. He looked at the chain curiously. "It's very special, isn't it?" Jeanette nodded, a touch of sadness in her eyes. "My grandmother gave it to me. It used to have a beautiful cameo hanging from it." "Used to?" Jack asked. "Did you lose it?" Jeanette shook her head. "No, I hawked it. About 3 months ago. We needed the rent money. Jack, remember when Stanley threatened to change the locks?" Jack's playful demeanor vanished for a second. He knew the struggles they faced. Being a student and living in Santa Monica wasn't cheap. He patted the bakery box. "Well, tonight we celebrate. I got this cake at half price." Chrissy's eyes widened. "Half price? Why?" Jack opened the box to reveal a beautifully frosted cake. In bright blue icing, it read, "Happy birthday, Jimmy." "Who is Jimmy?" Chrissy asked, tilting her head. "I don't know," Jack admitted. "Some guy who didn't pick up his order. But look, it's easily fixed. All I have to do is scrape off the MMY so it reads Happy Birthday, J. It's more informal. Trendy." "Jeanette is a J," Chrissy asked, genuinely confused. "It works for Jeanette, Jack, or even just about anybody," Jack said, heading for the kitchen. "Now, where's the wine?" "You mean the wine for my surprise party?" Jeanette called out. Jack stopped. "You guessed." "Jack, I'm the one who told you which store had the sale on Chablis." Jack sighed. "The surprise is, it's going to be beer." Chapter 3, The $50 Conversion. Before Jack could begin his surgery on the Jimmy cake, a heavy, rhythmic thumping sounded at the door. It was the unmistakable knock of Stanley Roper. "Hi," Stanley said, stepping inside without waiting for an invitation. He looked around with the air of a health inspector looking for a reason to condemn the building. "Mr. Roper," Jack said, putting on his best I-AM-totally-into-interior decorating face. "Can I help you?" Stanley looked at the girls. "Would you excuse us, please? I want to talk to Jack." "Man to." "Well, you know." Jeanette and Chrissy exchanged a look and retreated to the kitchen, though the swinging door remained suspiciously ajar. "Sit down, Jack," Stanley said, gesturing to the wicker chair. "You enjoy being here. In this apartment?" Jack sat, feeling like he was in a principal's office. "Yeah, it's fine. We love the peeling wallpaper. It adds character." "That's good. I was wondering," Stanley leaned in, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. "Did you ever take out a girl before?" Jack froze. He had to be careful here. If he admitted he was a red-blooded male, who spent 90% of his waking hours thinking about women, the lease was over. Before what? I mean, it's not against the rules for you fellas, is it, to go to a ball game or bowling with a lady? Jack blinked. Rules? Oh, you mean because of my lifestyle? No, Mr. Roper, I could do that. I'm very versatile. Terrific. Stanley slapped his knee. Because I wouldn't want you to do anything that would go against your religion. My religion. Jack suppressed a laugh. Right, the Church of the Fabulous. Very strict. Well, see, we have this niece visiting us, Stanley explained. And Mrs. Roper and I were wondering if it would be all right if she went out with you tonight. Jack felt a cold sweat break out. He pictured a younger version of Stanley Roper in a dress curlers, a floral muumuu, and a voice like a hacksaw. Your niece? Yeah, but don't worry. You don't have to go anywhere where you might bump into your friends. You could take her dancing. The way you kids dance nowadays, you don't even have to touch her. Jack scrambled for an excuse. Mr. Roper, I'm flattered. Truly. But I can't today. It's Jeanette's birthday. We've got a Jimmy cake. We're planning dinner. I can't miss it. Stanley's face fell. He stood up, looking defeated. Right, the birthday. Wouldn't want to interfere with the festivities. He headed for the door, grumbling. $50 down the drain. Jack's ears pricked up like a Doberman's. $50. Stanley stopped. Yeah, I was gonna pay for the night. Dinner, drinks, the works. Just to get my wife off my back about Karen being bored. Suddenly, the Jimmy cake seemed a lot less important. Jack thought about the rent. He thought about Jeanette's hucked cameo. He thought about his own empty wallet. Wait, Jack called out. I mean, Jeanette is my roommate. She'd want me to be a good neighbor. It's what my religion teaches. Self-sacrifice. The kitchen door swung open. Jeanette and Chrissy stood there, arms crossed. Jack, Jeanette said, her voice flat. I'm doing it for the building. Jack hissed at them as Stanley went to the hallway to summon the niece. Think of the goodwill. Think of the next time the sink overflows. I think of the $50, Jeanette said. I hope she looks exactly like her uncle. Jack, Stanley said, returning, I want you to meet Karen. A young woman stepped into the room. She was not a younger version of Stanley Roper. She was, in fact, a stunning brunette with eyes that could melt lead and a smile that made Jack's knees turn to jelly. Jack's jaw didn't just drop. It practically hit the shag carpet. Hi, he managed to squeak. Hi, Karen said, her voice like velvet. Uncle Stanley says you're the best person to show me the town. Jack turned to Stanley, who was holding out a crisp $50 bill. Jack snatched it with the speed of a striking cobra. Mr. Roper, you have a deal. Karen, let's go. The city awaits. As the door slammed behind them, Jana looked at the Jimmy cake sitting on the counter. Well, she sighed. At least we have more cake for us. Chrissy looked at the door, then at Jana. Do you think Jack noticed she was